JTA app. To learn more, visit jtafla.com. That's jtafla.com. It's 73 degrees at 2 o'clock. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Now, Lauren Brooks, Taylor Dahl, and Tom McManus. This is
Helmets and Heels.
Helmets and Heels on 1010XL.
Taylor Dahl has the day off. How could she take the day off on 10-10 day? I don't know. Just kidding. She's out of town for a family wedding. Hope she has an absolute blast. But you know what, Tom? We filled the house with some former Jaguars players.
That's right. Some friends are here.
That's right. Aaron Beasley joins us every Tuesday, so he knows his way around the new studio. And Cleo Lemon, his first time here at Bowden Road. Welcome.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited. It looks great.
It is great. Yeah. So professional in here, you know?
We're always professional,
I know,
regardless of the space
the setting is
us.
fantastic.
Yeah, we all like the vitamin D that we can get.
That's right. Cleo, good to see you, man. Good to have you on the show.
Always. It's always good to see you. Always talk, to talk Jags ball. So I'm excited, man.
Are you still with Pepsi?
I'm still there, man.
Aren't they? Isn't the
You're right down the road, man. Shout out to the Blue Boys over there, man. Shout out to the Blue Boys, man. They out running today. So I'm excited about them guys.
When I first drove early in the week, I'm like, I wonder that's where Cleo works.
That's where my office is, right down the street. Yeah,
did you run here?
No. I was trying to stay dry.
It's inclement weather. All right, 2 congratulations we have to give. The first and foremost one goes to Logan Cook and his wife, Mary. They had their 3rd baby this week. Well, she delivered the baby, but they welcomed their 3rd baby into the world. If you saw the Jaguars injury report on Wednesday, you saw that Logan Cook missed practice for a personal matter. Mm-hmm. The moment I saw that, I thought, I bet she had the baby. So shout out to the Cooks. Shout out to Beasley and his Duval Charter team getting their first dub of the season last night.
Well, it's half because I just got a call.
It's half? What do you mean it's half?
Well, we had to cancel the game because of our light situation. So the other AD said he wants to finish, but we were up 25-6, so if he wants us to put 50 on the box.
That's right. That's right. Well, we'll still call it a dub.
I'll take it.
Heck yeah. How'd you get it done, Coach Bees? How did they finally break through on the gridiron?
Calling the plays for Bees, too, as offensive coordinator.
Right. Well, he saw my play calling. I'm a good Madden player. I always go back to Madden.
So is Kyler Murray, they say.
I always go back to my Madden play calling, and I'm not scared to run the same play 4 or 5 times in a row.
Yeah.
Neither are the Eagles.
If it's not broke.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's true.
No doubt.
Yeah.
How about Scatterboo? Scatterboo. Scatterwow.
Scatterboo, yeah.
Man.
I called him Scatterbro.
He's trucking people.
Yo, he's
Holy
a 4th round pick. Who slept on him?
It's crazy because when you watch college football as closely as a lot of us do, I was shocked that he fell to the 4th round.
You know why he fell?
Tootin also was in the 4th round, but he had a bit of a fumbling problem.
Yeah.
Because he's not as fast.
He fell probably because he didn't run a great 40, and he probably is a little short, and they're probably like, well, what are we going to do with him? And then he's like, just give me the ball, and I'll show you what I could do out there. And he's got a unique skill set. He's quick enough. He's fast enough. And, man, he loves contact. He's got a big fat. His head's fatter than mine, which is crazy. He's got a big old head noggin. He's like, I'll hit you in the head. Let's go.
I mean, we talked to Leroy Butler about it. You don't have to run a fast 40 to be a good football player.
That's right.
No, so I get a phone call this morning from my best friend, right? I'm in the fantasy football league with him. Only thing I hear was Scatterboo. He went off for him in the fantasy league, so now he's excited about the points he got with him, man. So he's a good player.
It's wild how with the change of quarterback and new attitude, and it's just next thing you know, I'm not saying they're on the way to the playoffs, but that was a big win big win for them last night.
And it builds confidence. Energy, confidence, absolutely. Which is why it's interesting that a lot of people nationally are picking against the Jaguars. The Jaguars are 4-1. The Seahawks come to town 3-2. But let's talk about the trade that occurred. We didn't have a show yesterday, but Tyson Campbell now off to the Browns. Greg Newsome is going to be here. Bees, I'll start with you as certainly the former corner in the room. What did you think about it? And do you think Newsome will be a better fit for Campanile's defense?
I do think it is a better fit just because I just see he's a lot more fluid than Tyson was. Tyson was pretty stiff. And talking about speed, I only ran a 4.6, and it's more technique than it is speed. If you can flip your hips and not lose a step, that's more important than running a 4.3 any day. So I like it because I feel like he can play zone better. I think his vision's a lot better. And, I mean, he actually can press as well, too, because we were talking about it. Tyson wasn't putting hands on anybody, and they're getting free releases.
Yeah, that T. Higgins touchdown, that was one of them, right? Campanelli sends the whole group, and he opens his gate, and off T goes for that long score. At first I was like, whatever. It seems kind of even from a 30,000-foot view. People throw in the financial aspect. I don't know why we didn't for other people, but we'll do it again for this one. You know what I mean? Gabe Davis, they didn't care about the money. I'm sure they still care about the money. You go to the owner and say, hey, look, we feel like we got a little bit better, and we're better off financially.
Moving
There's
forward,
not an owner that's not going to be like, no, I don't want that. He's going to be like, yeah, that sounds good to me.
Yeah, and also, too, just for them locker room presence, I think it takes pressure on both of the guys, right? I think, with Tyson, there was a lot of question marks around him. Yeah. And, guys in the locker room kind of wanted him to step up a little bit more, make more plays. But now, with that added pressure out of the locker room, for him going to a different environment, bring in a different environment, now you're even playing field. Now let's just go out here and play ball. And take the focus off that position.
I wonder if they'll miss Tyson's physicality. He's a pretty physical corner, man. He'd come up and rock you in the run game. I don't know if Newsome's going to do that. I can't say I've really watched him a ton. Of course, know who he is, but that's going to be part of it. He's going to have to come up and run support because Tyson was laying some good licks. And that's not the number one job of a corner, but it's a nice additive to have. So we'll see what that looks like.
Well, and it's interesting because you think about the types of guys that the Jaguars have discarded, so to speak, right? Like Christian Kirk and Evan Ingram, now certainly a Tyson Campbell. These were guys where in the past few seasons, they were some of the leaders of this team. And the Jaguars have been able to move on. Tank Bigsby as well, maybe not so much a leader because he was a little bit younger. But it's interesting from that perspective that this regime isn't necessarily worried about that. All they are concerned about is what are you doing for me on the field? And it does seem like Greg Newsome is going to, I think, be physical in this. Like, he does have more pressures on the quarterback in his career than Tyson does.
Yeah, listen, again, I think, if they feel like he's better and they save a little cash, I think that's a good thing. I looked up some things. Look, last year he did not have a good year, but he played inside. Now he's playing outside.
Yeah,
and he had a pretty good start. Corner, he had a pretty good start. I think people see, look what he did against Chase. They're like, well, look, Tyson did that against Jefferson a year ago. So I don't know how much stock I put into it. Look, and I do think Tyson did have to improve his game. I'm not sitting there like he was the best. He should have never been moved. I don't feel that way at all. I do feel like the new regime, part of that is saying, hey, we didn't extend him. We didn't. It's not our guy. We like him. Not like we don't like him, but we're gonna go find somebody that we like a little bit better.
To that point, does that open up more of a role for Travis? Right?
Buster Brown and Travis Hunter.
Yeah. So now you have that guy that was taking up a major part of the salary cap. Now you get Travis in that spot, maybe to give him more reps.
Yeah, I tell you what, I just want Travis with the ball in his hands, man, in space.
Man.
That's all I care about.
I want him to play every snap.
He's special, right?
Whatever, but man, get him the ball more and more.
But I do think Travis Hunter, I at least thought this during training camp, what if Travis Hunter ends up being the best corner on this roster, right? And I think through the first 5 weeks of the season, when we see him play corner, I did think he was the best corner on this roster. I know Bees and I have been fighting for Travis to play more defensive snaps. And yes, eventually could he play way more than what we've seen? Absolutely. But of course, they're bringing him along at the pace that they think is best. But I do think, Tom, as far as Tyson Campbell is concerned, I do think that he was a guy that just isn't a ball hawk, right? Like, that's what this secondary has been built around, are ball hawks. And he's not a ball hawk.
He's not. He hasn't been a ball hawk, that's for sure. Especially his first couple years. He got a little bit better as the season went on, or the years went on. He's also been injured too,
He's definitely
It's just funny. Listen, I'm not saying you and I'm not saying anybody in this room, but, all of a sudden, Tyson's not a fit. Tyson's not this. Nobody was saying that while he was here. The minute he leaves, all of a sudden, he can't do this, he can't do that.
There were some fans on social media, I have seen the last few weeks, been very critical of Tyson Campbell and have been hoping that James Gladstone would move along from him. But to your point, we have to wait and see what Greg Newsome can do. By the way, he will wear number 6 on this Jaguars roster. He was at practice today as they didn't have pads on by any means, but he at least was able to get on the field with the guys. Jordan Schultz reported a little bit earlier today. Brenton Strange is dealing with a quad and hip injury that includes a ligament tear. He does not need surgery, but he will be sidelined at least 5 weeks again, according to Jordan Schultz. And then if you look at the calendar, that means he could return the next home game, which is against the Chargers. So again, reminder to go to this Sunday's game because the Jaguars aren't home again until November 16th. Guys, talk a little bit about what the fans in Duval can mean for home field advantage. Cleo, start with you.
I think you can see the Monday night environment, right? I got down to the stadium pretty early,
Nice.
for tailgating, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
There were fans everywhere, and then I went into the stadium early. It was unrealistic for me because I'm usually like the late arrival to the stadium.
Because you enjoy the tailgate so much?
Yeah, but
He's always late for golf. He's late for golf,
Yeah.
too.
Late
But I
golf.
came for some reason. I came early on Monday,
Yeah.
and the environment was exciting. I think the stadium was rocking. I think it gave them that needed push for that comeback at the end, and I think it's special, man. If we can continue that type of energy in the stadium, no telling where this team can go with it.
I mean, we feed off of the crowd. I know I did when I played.
Yeah, for sure.
And I mean, that felt like that playoff game against the Chargers a couple years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how you win, though. The fans don't realize that they are an important part of that game.
It was like the game against the Chargers, except there were way more Chiefs fans there this obviously past Monday night than there were Chargers fans back in 2020.
Yeah. But our sound took over, though. I think. I think we were.
Oh, absolutely. I just mean that there were that many
There were
more
more,
Jaguars fans back a couple years ago.
Yeah, listen, I think anytime you can win more at home, have that advantage. It was like Liam said, it was mental.
Mm-hmm.
It was mental. The Devin Lloyd interception was absolutely mental. With Trevor's last play, that last drive, just craziness. So, yes, it was good to have it back in the stadium.
Yeah.
That electricity, a little bit of luck, which is fine. Could be fate.
I'll take it.
That's what you don't know right now. Is it luck or is it fate? Is this team on some kind of destination? But we'll find out Sunday. It's a good matchup. Seattle's a good team. They're not like an easy team here. They've got a lot of good different units on their team. Darnold's playing well. They got a good running attack. Of course, the Smith Ndigba.
Njigba. Jackson Smith Njigba.
He's phenomenal. Kupp has got a lot of yak. He's second on the team with that. They got a good defense. So
It's a challenge.
It's a challenge, but it's a good challenge because, hey, you come off that emotional coaster, that roller coaster of a night, Monday night, and then you got to buckle down and then regroup, keep it in perspective, stay hungry, and then let's go take on Seattle. It'll show us a lot about where they're at right now.
I agree. It is interesting, too, when you think about the last play for Trevor Lawrence and the Jags offense, that crazy slip six, if you want to call it that. For the Seahawks, it's the exact opposite.
Right.
The game ends for the Seahawks with Sam Darnold throwing a pick. So his final play of that game, the interception that he threw, obviously Trevor's the complete opposite. And so it is going to be an interesting collision course on Sunday. By the way, talking about getting the crowd involved, what I loved was, so after Brenton Strange gets injured, he's on the sidelines. You can tell he's not returning before they even announced it because he's got a towel on his head instead of his helmet. And he's out there on the sidelines, obviously in pain now, as we come to find out, just trying to get everybody, with his hands going up and down, like trying to get everybody and get them as loud as possible. And I love that, even though he was an injured player. All right, we've got more to do, including Tom's takeaways. On the other side, you are listening to Helmets and Heels on a Football Friday on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Helmets and Heels.
From the Greenlaw Group Studios. While you were watching the ball, he saw what happened in the trenches.
I'm Jeff Lauderman.
And he tells you about it every Tuesday. Check the tape. 10 to noon on Jaguars Today. Checked by Napa Auto Care on 1010XL.
Mike Dempsey for Apex Roofing and Contracting of Jacksonville Beach. If your roof's got any damage, if it leaks, if it's just old and ugly, call my friends at Apex Roofing. But Mike, roofs are so expensive. It's true, quality roofing is not cheap, but Apex Roofing has up to 100% financing available, so you don't have to compromise quality for budget. Apex Roofing, no shortcuts, no stress, just quality work with financing available. Reach for the peak with Apex Roofing and Contracting in Jacksonville Beach. ApexRoofingFL.com.
Crown Royal Friday on Helmets and Heels.
Hey, Hicken here. Cooler weather right around the corner, but you can extend your swim season with Surfside Pools. This month, Surfside Pools offering 10% off new pool heaters or heater replacements and installation. Keep the good times rolling, no matter the season. Upgrade your pool heating system now for months of extra enjoyment. Only from Surfside Pools, the trusted name for expert pool service. Family owned and operated. Call 246-2666 or visit surfsidepools.net.
License number CPC 044080.
Hey, Tommy Mack here. When it comes to glass, you don't want average, you want flawless. Duval Glass and Mirror has transformed homes and businesses across Jacksonville for over 35 years. Frameless showers that wow. Mirrors cut exactly to your style. Fogged or broken glass replaced. Decorative tabletops, windows replaced or repaired to stand up to those Florida storms. All backed by a 100% guarantee. Visit DuvalGlass.com for your free quote today. There's only one name for Glass and Mirror, and it's Duval.
I'm Hammer and Hayes Carline, and I've been known to drop an opinion like a 2-ton hammer. Weekdays on The Frangie Show.
Hammer Time with Hayes on 1010XL. Driven by Kia on Atlantic. Check us out at KiaOnAtlantic.com.
Our slogan, Know Before You Blow, applies to more than just DUI cases. Hi, I'm attorney Lee Lockett of Lockett Law. Battery charges can result in jail time and criminal convictions too, so know before you blow a gasket and hit a loved one or a stranger. Drug crimes like possession of marijuana and cocaine will land you in cuffs too, so know before you blow. In a boating under the influence case, you also have the option to blow or not to blow. So know your options. Know before you blow. Go to knowbeforeyouBlow.com now. Offices Jacksonville.
Jacksonville, get ready to spice up your night at One Night Taco Stand every Taco Tuesday. Enjoy their mouth-watering tacos for just $3.49 and all day, every day. 2-for-1 house margaritas and 2-for-1 daiquiris. Find fresh Mexican street food, stiff drinks, and fun vibes at One Night Taco Stand with 3 Jacksonville locations in Mandarin, Orange Park, and Southside at Bay Meadows.
Jacksonville is football season, and Duck Duck Rooter is proud to be on your home team. As a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, we tackle plumbing, septic, and air conditioning problems with championship-level service. Call 904-862-6769 or visit duckduckrooter.com.
Get ready. Week 6 of the NFL season is officially here. Your Jacksonville Jaguars are gearing up to go head-to-head with the Seattle Seahawks in our crucial catch game dedicated to the fight against cancer. Join us October 12th at Everbank Stadium as we raise awareness through early detection, risk reduction, and education. Lock in your tickets now at jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000. We'll see you at the bank.
Transmission troubles? I'm Robin Sidbury, owner of Action Transmission Specialist on Merrill Road. So come in and see how we can help solve your transmission troubles. We service all makes and models. Remember, get traction. Call Action at 744-0755.
Hello, this is Father Nicholas Lowe, and I want to talk to you about letting things roll off of your back. So often we can make big deals out of things that are not really big deals. We can allow them to steal the joy of our day. But let me remind you that don't allow anyone or anything to steal the joy of today. Go out today not letting little things steal the big things that God has in store for you.
For more inspiration, log on to stjohnthedivine.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
My name is
Talk over Kid Rock. Tom McManus, Cleo Levin, Aaron Beasley. I'm Lauren Brooks. RJ Saunders making it all happen on this Friday afternoon. A little rainy and soggy, but it looks like it is going to be gorgeous weather on Sunday as the Jaguars play host to the Seahawks, right around 80 degrees. And so I'm hoping that, that's great for the Jags to get a victory, and the Seahawks are going to be sweating in this humidity. All right, time now for Tom's takeaways.
Now.
Okay, it's go time.
Tommy's takeaways. Jacked up by J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling. Call 506-1256 for your free estimate today. We are here for you. Veteran owned and operated.
All right, my takeaway today on this rainy Friday is I feel like our O-line took a step back against the Kansas City Chiefs after they were doing so well the past few weeks, keeping their quarterback clean. Too many hits on the QB, too many sacks given up as well, and not enough with the run game. I want to see them get back into the old swing of things, getting after that defensive front. Seattle's got a very good front seven. Their front three, because they run a 3-4, is probably second to none in the National Football League. Leonard Hamilton leads the way. He is an absolute beast. Sharon Reed is there, and, of course, the young man from Texas, Thomas maybe Lauren can help me out there, but he's playing nose for him. He was a rookie last year or this year for them, a phenomenal defensive lineman. So they're going to come ready to play, and, of course, we are too. But I want to see our O-line get back to a little bit more nastiness, a little bit more consistency in keeping number 16 clean. And that is my takeaway today, brought to you by our friends at J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling.
So they have
Byron Murphy. That's who I'm
and then
talking
they
about.
also have an inside linebacker, Drake Thomas.
Yeah. So I meant Byron Murphy.
Okay,
I think he's a third or a second.
He is the second.
Is and they got a fourth. You know, their middle linebacker's a fourth. Did you see that?
Yes,
he's
Ernest
a really
Jones
good player.
is the fourth,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Ernest Jones. Yeah, he's got a couple picks. So listen, Mike McDonald's a good coach. I had to decide between coaches. Who would you
McDonald versus
You got
Coen.
to pick McDonald versus Coen. I just said, look, I love Liam Coen. I like what he's doing. McDonald's done a pretty good job. I mean, defensive coordinator comes over to Seattle.
In a year
10-7, right?
Yeah.
Right, 10-7 last year, and off to a 3-2 start. So I did give McDonald the nod just for the mere fact that he's done it longer.
Okay.
Of course, I love what Liam Coen has brought to this city and brought to this team.
The Seahawks lost to the 49ers, so that means Kyle Shanahan defeated Mike McDonald, or at least his team did. Liam Coen defeated Kyle Shanahan's team. I'm just kidding. It doesn't always work like that.
No, I know what you're saying, but you could probably make it.
We can
I'm sure
always
fans out
extrapolate
there
things.
could make a case
Yeah,
for that.
Absolutely. By the way, I did see this stat, and last week I gave a stat that was positive for the Chiefs, and so since I'm very superstitious, I'm going to give a stat that's very positive for the Seahawks.
Okay.
The Seahawks are 21-6 over the last 10 years in early starts on the East Coast. That is a better record than any of the other West Coast teams. That has nothing to do with this Sunday's game.
No, right.
Like I said, I'm just superstitious, so therefore, I since I did it last week and the Jags won, I'm gonna keep doing it, assuming the Jaguars keep winning.
It's wild though that record's like that.
Yeah,
I mean, they're playing like
21-6
10 a.m.
over
in the morning.
That is correct. Yeah, 10 a.m. Yeah.
Isn't
All right.
Seattle the most depressive state, though? You know, so they're probably
They're happy to be out of there.
That's a valid point.
You
Regardless
can only
of the
catch
date
so
and
many
time.
fish down at the market. You know what I mean? After that, it gets boring.
Yeah. I do wonder, gentlemen, I want to talk to you about Tyson Campbell leaving this team and what that means for the locker room. But I do have one quick X's and O's question. So the Seahawks obviously just lost to the Bucks this past weekend. The Bucks, as we know, and it's a former Liam Cohen's offense, they love the screen game. Should we look for the Jaguars to implement more screens like they've had the first few weeks? They didn't do as much against the Chiefs.
Yep.
Or because that's too obvious that the Bucks were successful against the Seahawks with those screens, that the Jaguars are going to do it.
Yeah, look, that's a big part of Liam's offense, right? I think what Tampa showed last week, go deep on him. You know, let's take our shots. It's time to get some deep throws. Nothing like a deep throw, Cleo, right? That gets completed for a big gain or a touchdown.
You know, like me, man, this league is a copycat league, right? And what offensive coordinators try to do, they just try to set you up, try to give you a little bit of window dressing, make it look like what you saw last week, and put a little nuance into it. So you'll see some of the same versions of what was successful, and then they'll probably add what they're good at into the game plan. But for the most part, to your point, you'll see a lot of screens in this game.
Yeah, they're depleted in the secondary.
They
right?
are, yeah.
Witherspoon
Yeah, we
is,
won't know the final injury report until later today, probably around
Love,
7
the
p.m.
safety, and Witherspoon, the corner, both hurt. So they're questionable. We'll see if they play. But Devon, right? Witherspoon?
Yes, Devon
He's
Witherspoon.
phenomenal. No, they don't even throw to him.
No.
Like, they don't even test him. It's pretty wild. He's got, like, hardly any throws against him.
Yeah, and then speaking of injuries, of course, Robert Hainsey hasn't practiced yet this week. The Jaguars center, you would expect Jonah Monheim to play instead. If Robert Hainsey can't play, we'll certainly see. They have a few more days, obviously.
Monheim did a nice job in that fourth quarter.
He did,
for
but
sure.
that was a pressure-packed situation. But it is a little different to have to play all 4 quarters and certainly snap the ball properly. All right, let's talk about in the locker room. Bees, the moment that the Jaguars teammates of Tyson Campbell find out that he's shipped off, and they're going to obviously get a new teammate in the trade. But how does that make them feel when he's one of the higher paid, Tyson Campbell, one of the higher paid Jaguars in that point in time?
Pay structure, I don't really go by that because it's about making plays, you know. And, I mean, that's a lot of money for a lack of plays to me.
He was a top paid corner, didn't play like a top.
Yeah, that's what
and
I'm
no
saying.
interceptions in the last 27 games.
But a lot of the times, you know, like playing for different teams, guys want the guys who they want in that locker room as well, you know. And, I mean, that's kind of what, you know, the Rams, he's following the Rams script, you know. Yeah. They bring guys in who they feel fit their system. And like I said, I told you yesterday, I was like, I think he's a better zone corner just because his vision is better. Yeah. I mean, because when you watch
You're saying Newsome is a better
Newsome,
corner.
yes. Because Tyson has been a bump and run corner his whole life. You know, he's always been the biggest, fastest, strongest defensive back out there. A lot of his things is getting up in people's face. And the thing up in the NFL, you can't play bump and run every play. You know, you have to be able to disguise and play within the system, because we don't know, if we go back to that the Cincinnati game, who was that mistake on that play, on the long play.
Yeah, it was.
So that could have been lingering for a while, and then you see some other things. I mean, I feel like they went and got a guy who has vision, plays a lot better zone.
Right.
And because that's all we do. We're a zone team right now.
I mean, listen, you can only imagine that play you're talking about where Campanile sends the house, and then Tyson just lets T free release and doesn't even jam him. It's a big, long game. They don't tackle him. It's a score. You know Campanile went nuts in meetings. Maybe not in front of the player, but with the coach, he's like, I can't have this. Like, this is how can I run this? How can I be aggressive if this guy won't do what he's supposed to do? Let me ask you this, Cleo. If you're a holdover vet that's not a super-duper star, what are you thinking right now inside that locker room? Gladstone's like, hey, man, I don't really care. I'm going to upgrade you if I feel like you're upgradable.
Yeah, I think it puts everybody on their toes, man. You got to produce. And if you're in that room, in that corner room, I think also it provides opportunity, right? So now you see a big contract leave the room. Now you looking around, you like, okay, I got a chance to get me one, right?
Yeah, sure.
So now I can go out here, make some plays, right, and get my bag. So now I think it just creates more of an opportunity. It creates a hungrier room. Now it holds everyone accountable instantly. So now he's standing in front of the team. He's holding everyone accountable. Now you see him walk out the door. Now you're like, hey, look, he's giving everyone a fair shot.
Yeah.
I got to go out here and make some plays.
Yeah, and think about this. Yeah, I just thought about it. They've been thinking about it. They had to be for a little bit. But what a perfect timing to make the move. Hey, we just came off this enormous win, a Monday Night Football against the Chiefs, but I'm letting go one of the more popular players in the locker room. I mean, he's been here for a long time, through the ups, through the downs. They like him. I'm sure some guys are like, damn. I remember, now listen, my point is this. If Newsome can be an upgrade, none of this matters. You know what I mean? Because we'll go back to when Andre Rison was cut. Our locker room was so mad. And my locker room was near the DB locker room and the wide receiver. Everybody was pissed off. And then we had Jimmy. And then all of a sudden, Jimmy started making plays, and we're like, we got Jimmy, so we're good, you know? But do you remember that day when Tom let go Andre Rison? It shocked our locker room. We were like, what? You cut Bad Moon? Yeah. You just cut Bad Moon Rison.
He was such a vocal leader.
He was,
you know,
absolutely.
Yeah.
A lot of the young guys liked him.
But that's the thing, though. Like, once that happened, it made everybody pick their game up to me, though. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like it almost became us against Tom. Like, we were in that locker room.
I think he wanted that.
We became more cohesive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it upgraded our team, even though we lost a great player.
And I was a third string quarterback, but I was shipped out on the Tuesday, right? I got shipped out on the Tuesday. I was at home, my off day. I'm getting out the shower, go run some errands. I'm watching NFL Prime, and by the end of the show, it was like, by the way, Cleo Lemon has been traded to the Miami Dolphins, so it's a 5th round draft pick, and that was real, right? So when you see that happen in real time, I know how that feels. You know, it's not a good feeling. But once you get over it and you look at it, you're like, you know what? This is a great opportunity. It's just the way you approach it. So for Tyson, it might be the best thing that happens for him.
He's walking into a great defense.
It's a win-win.
They're a great defense.
Yeah,
I mean, their
losing
defense is
organization
phenomenal.
overall, but a good defense. Yeah, do you go back in the locker room and say your goodbyes?
No, I was on a red eye. I never saw anyone from that point forward.
That's
I went
so
in,
crazy.
Talked to the general manager. It was a Tuesday, right? It was my day off. And then next thing you know, I'm on a red eye to Miami from L.A., and the rest was history.
Yeah, when they say it's a business, these are the types of things that we're talking about.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, when you're Tyson Campbell and you got the contract extension, if you think you're going to be a Jaguar, maybe not your entire career, but certainly you're going to play out that second contract.
Good thing for him. He got his entire signing bonus and roster bonus that's fully paid.
Yeah, he's not going to be hard up for cash.
At least he's got that.
He's going to be okay there. All right, we still have to get to Trevor Lawrence, but on the other side, we're going to chat with Dave Wyman, former Seahawks linebacker, and talk about this team that comes to town on Sunday for a 1 o'clock kick. You are listening to Helmets and Heels on 1010X on 92.5 FM.
Hey, Duval, here's your chance to be face-to-face with the Jags as they take the field on game day. Jump in the shadows and experience the Jaguars like never before. Enter today at everbank.com/shadows for your chance to be part of the action. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents of the 50 United States and D.C., 18 and older. Entry periods for the sweepstakes are from 8/4/25 to 12/21/25. For official rules and complete details, visit everbank.com/shadows. Sponsor and administrator, Everbank, N.A. member FDIC.
It's a Crown Royal Friday on Helmets and Heels.
Duval. Yes, you heard that right. We love being in Duval County, and we love this city. So during football season, it's absolutely Luval around here. Hey, it's Don from Taco Lou, and yes, it is that time of year again. I know everyone's working hard all week getting ready for game day. Taco Lou is ready for you. If it's pregame, if it's postgame, during the game. No matter what your game is, enjoy it with us at Taco Lou in Jacksonville Beach.
Luval. Frank Frangie here to tell you about the coolest new thing, a putting green in my backyard that my friends at Sunshine Turf installed. Sunshine Turf can do the same for you. They'll come to your house, they'll create a custom design for your space, and you'll have an authentic golf course experience right in your own backyard. I freaking love it. Sunshine Turf is family owned and they made the process so simple. So visit sunshineturf.info or call them at 904-383-0243 and get a free quote today for your own putting green. Get it from Sunshine Turf.
Need protection? Call Craig and Christine Kaprosky at Goosehead Insurance. The Kaproskys are a husband and wife team committed to finding you the right coverage at the right price in just a few short minutes. For home, auto, flood, or specialty insurance, Craig and Christine Kaprosky are the answer. Craig.Kaprosky at goosehead.com.
Hey, life can get a little hectic at times, and no one has time to get hurt. Lost wages, injuries that not only hurt, but ones that hinder our success. If you're in this position due to the negligence of another, you deserve to be paid. What's up, Jayville? This is Tom McManus. Injuries suck, and if you get injured, check out Morgan & Morgan, the largest personal injury law firm in the country. 100 offices, over 1,000 lawyers, with enough firepower to handle any and all personal injury cases that you may be dealing with. And they make filing a claim easy, and they don't get paid unless you do. Morgan & Morgan, for the people. Visit forthepeople.com or hit pound law from your cell. Pound law, that's all.
You've got a circle of friends, right? Well, how about a circle of beer? All your favorites like Bud Light, Bud Heavy, Mick Ultra, or Natty Light. It's all there in the cold case at Circle K. Probably one right around the corner right now calling your name. Slide on in to a Circle K.
Prosser here for Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Football season is finally here, and with that, hopefully comes cooler weather. And if you've been wanting to upgrade your outdoor living space and just haven't pulled the trigger, you should call the experts at Lifetime Enclosures right now. From glass lanais to screened-in enclosures, Lifetime Enclosures and Flooring is the best in the business. Give them a call today. Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Showroom just off Phillips Highway. Tell them Prosser sent you.
Home is where your story begins. And at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, we're here to make it the healthiest, most comfortable place it could be. Whether it's fresh, clean air, dependable plumbing, or reliable power, we take care of it all. From routine maintenance to state-of-the-art solutions, Donovan keeps your home running smoothly. Because at Donovan, we believe your home isn't just where you live, it's where your health meets comfort. Call Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing at 904-270-COOL or visit us online. Let's make your home healthier, safer, and better together.
If you are an experienced electrician looking for your next big opportunity, look no further than the Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller Electric, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering you the chance to showcase your skills on a grand scale. We believe in rewarding hard work with the best pay, top-notch benefits, and an unbeatable culture where people actually care about each other. Take your career to new heights with Miller Electric Company. Apply today at millercareers.com. Miller Electric, an equal opportunity employer.
1010XL, presented by Farrah and Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farrah doesn't flinch. Now, another great guest on the Checkmate Coatings phone line. Hello. Your floor's missing piece.
The football conversation continues as the rains are getting blessed in Africa and also in Jacksonville, FLA. Welcome back to Helmets and Heels. We are joined now by Dave Wyman, former Seahawks linebacker, also the Wyman and Bob Show on 710 Seattle Sports, the home of the Seahawks and the Mariners with Dave Wyman and Bob Stelton. We're not going to talk baseball, but certainly I know, Dave, we could ask you certainly questions about that, but thanks so much for joining us today.
Yeah, unfortunately, thanks for having me, number one. But, unfortunately, I'll be on a plane to Jacksonville during the game tonight. So the decisive game 5 here in Seattle.
Yeah, well, certainly I hope you get Wi-Fi and you're able to watch that game. And for your sake, I hope the Big Dumper, although I know he doesn't love that nickname, but plays well and hits another home run. But let's talk about the Seahawks. Sam Darnold looks pretty much just as good as he did last year playing for the Vikings and Kevin O'Connell.
Yeah, he has been great. He really has. And not just as, his completion percentage. He's got the number one average per attempt in the NFL, but also just his leadership, man. He's been really good with this offense. And he's one of those guys, he just comes off as very unflappable. I mean, he'll take a shot in the chops and then just kind of get up like it's, every other play. So, yeah, he's really been a great leader, and so far has worked out perfectly.
He's able to throw the ball down the field, Dave. It looks like 9.1 yards per attempt, 73% completion percentage. Sounds like that offensive line's giving him some time to throw that ball.
Yeah, see, that's the other thing, too, and that hasn't been said around here in a long time. This is
right.
Yeah, there's been lots of complaints about the offensive line, even during Pete's era, when Marshawn Lynch and Russell Wilson made the offensive line look better. So, yeah, now, I mean, it was a very complaint-free draft this year because they got Gray Zabel in the first round. He's a really good guard. He's next to Charles Cross, who was the number 9 pick a few years ago. So, yeah, I mean, they're keeping him clean, though. But I'll tell you what, Sam is really good at just feeling the pressure in the pocket and keeping his eyes downfield. And he's really been good moving around the pocket. But, yeah, no question the offensive line has definitely been better.
Dave, from your perspective out there in the Northwest, what do you think of Trevor Lawrence?
Yeah, it's funny. He's one of those guys. So I had a very wise co-host a few years ago that used to say that it's one thing to not have a franchise quarterback, but it's another to have the wrong franchise quarterback. And I kind of thought that's what Trevor Lawrence was all about, kind of like Kyler Murray. Like, he's just good enough to be, okay. But now all of a sudden, and this is kind of the same thing with, with Sam Darnold. You put him in a system, you surround him with good players, you develop him, and now all of a sudden, to me anyway, this is just my perspective, that Trevor Lawrence all of a sudden looks like a baller. I mean, like a guy that can lead his team to the playoffs and win in the playoffs. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's interesting how people will throw away quarterbacks and then all of a sudden they're, have these resurgent careers. And I know that Trevor Lawrence isn't that bad, but I mean, guys like Sam Darnold and guys like, Baker Mayfield that, yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, that's just kind of my view, but he looks really good and he looks really comfortable in this offense. And I'll tell you what, that play he made the other day where the guard steps on his foot, I mean, that was unbelievable. I mean, I feel like 2-3 years ago, he wouldn't have made that play. I don't know.
Dave, when it comes to the character of this Seattle team and the way they lost against Tampa, what do you see as their response? Going against the Jaguars this week was going to be a tough opponent for them. What do you think their response will be with that major letdown?
Yeah, here's one thing that happened. That was the most frustrating game I have called in a long time last week, just because, they did have lots of backups in on defense, but there were just so many fundamental things that they didn't do right, like tackling, finishing plays, keeping your leverage, turning plays back inside, just really fundamental stuff. And I know that Mike McDonald is, a younger guy, and he's pretty serious, but he also can light you up. And he's pretty serious about, people doing their assignments and fulfilling their assignments. So I have a feeling that was a pretty rough week down there for the defense, and I feel like they are probably kicking themselves because, especially the defense. I mean, they had lots of injuries, and they have two of their best players on defense are out. I don't know if they're going to be playing this weekend or not. Witherspoon is maybe the best player on the entire team. He's just electric. And then Julian Love is that way too. But, they got it done a couple of weeks ago with backups. And, so I think Mike McDonald has a very high standard. And, and I think if somebody isn't doing their job, he's going to pull them. He's not going to sit around and wait. So, it'll be interesting to see how the defense responds this week after that because, your offense put up 35 points and you couldn't win. And this is supposed to be like a defensive team. So, it was pretty disappointing.
Dave Wyman, former NFL backer, current radio analyst for the Seattle Seahawks radio network here on Helmets and Heels with us. Cooper Kupp's up there with you guys, but doing okay. But you also got some under the radar, it seems like Torrey Horton, punt return for 95 yards at a touchdown, couple TDs as a reception. How about some guys under the radar that we should be worried about with Seattle coming to town, Dave?
Yeah, great question. I just did a thing on a guy named Derek Young, number 83.
Yeah.
He had a 39-yard catch the other day that was phenomenal, but he's one of those guys, and it kind of goes in Seahawk history. We just celebrated our 50th, anniversary, and there's a couple of guys from the past, one guy named Fred Young and the other guy named Rufus Porter that made their bones on special teams, and then later, became like a top 50 all-time Seahawk by, playing defensive end, rushing the passer, both Fred Young and Rufus Porter. And Derek Young is one of those guys that's kind of playing his way onto the field and getting some offensive reps now. But it's ridiculous. The other day he had 5 returns for 154 yards. He had 3 tackles. He's got a 60-yard return this year. And as you mentioned, the special team numbers, they're number 2 in average on punt returns and on kickoff returns. They've blocked a field goal and they blocked a punt. So far, Jay Harbaugh, the special team coach, has really done well. And Derek Young is one of those guys that, he may not catch the game-winning touchdown or anything like that, but if you watch him work, man, it's pretty impressive. He's definitely an under-the-radar guy.
Hey, how you doing, Dave? This is Aaron Beasley. I just want to ask. Hey, how you doing? I just want to ask, what would your game plan be on defense to stop our offense?
Yeah, I think the first thing I would concentrate on is just everybody do your job. And that gets kind of boring, and that's kind of the Bill Belichick thing. But that just did not happen last week. It was so shocking to kind of see a Mike McDonald defense break down like that. Like things like, and I watched Tyrese Knight, our inside backer. He gets leverage. He's got, he's going to turn the play back in, and all of a sudden he sniffs inside and lets the guy get to the edge, and it's a 12-yard gain. I mean, it's just things like that, I think, are really the only problem that they've had. And so, yeah, there's that. And then also, I just would like to see this defense start to get comfortable enough where they start getting turnovers like Jacksonville. I mean, you guys got a linebacker with 4 interceptions and, 14 takeaways and +8, turnover ratio. They're just not to that point right now on their defense, and that's where they need to get. They need to, start doing your assignments. Everybody check those boxes, and then you can start making plays and maybe playing a hunch or two, and then that leads to the takeaways. But that's the one thing that I just think they're not comfortable enough together to actually go get the ball.
Well, Dave, the last time Sam Darnold played here, obviously last year with the Vikings, he threw 3 interceptions. So this, obviously, fan base is hoping that the takeaways continue for the defense. But I'm not going to try and put that bad juju on you. You have a flight to catch. So thank you so much for joining us, and we hope you enjoy Jacksonville this weekend. It should be a beautiful day on Sunday.
Oh, good deal. All right. Well, I look forward to coming down there, and thanks for having me, guys.
Absolutely. Thank you. Good stuff there from Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I think this matchup is definitely going to be a fourth quarter game. Both of these teams are really talented. I think the Jaguars probably didn't even realize how good, or maybe the fan base didn't realize just how good they are.
Yeah.
The regime, I think, thought that maybe not 4-1, but they certainly thought they'd have a winning record at this point.
I'll tell you one thing, another thing, one of their stats that sticks out is they have 13 sacks compared to our 7, 33 quarterback hits compared to our 24, and their tackle for loss is 29-16. So they are an active, creating havoc on that defensive front. I hope we can handle them.
And one thing I do like is that, Trevor has a game-winning drive, you know, and that's huge, right? And Seattle wasn't able to do that last week. So I think that's an advantage for us going into this week.
Clearly, I have a stat for you on that as far as Trevor Lawrence's game-winning drives. He has... If my computer wants to work, he has.
You're a fast typer.
I am a fast typer, but with the game-winning drive against the Chiefs on Monday night, Trevor has now led 6 career game-winning drives, including the postseason, in the final 2 minutes of regulation or overtime, including 2 this season, 1 against the Texans, and then that one against the Chiefs. So, not just the one, but certainly multiple. All right, we've got more to do on the other side. You're listening to Helmets and Heels on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Helmets and Heels.
From the Green Law Group Studios.
1010XL puts the ball in play-by-play.
Kick on the way!
Impeccable today.
From way downtown. That ball's ripped.
For play-by-play, it's 1010XL.
Hey, Jacksonville DDH. Dreamfinders Danny Hicken here with the scoop from Dreamfinders Homes, your national builder of the year. We've got first-year interest rates as low as 2.99% in homes in 20-plus communities throughout Northeast Florida. If you're house hunting, make sure your first pick Dreamfinders Homes, the proud official home builder of the PGA Tour, the Florida Gators, and your Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit dfhsalesevent.com today and tell them Dreamfinders Danny sent you.
Helmets and Heels Crown Royal Friday.
Football is a game of inches, and at Front Runners Tap House, every inch counts. Catch every big play on their massive 396-inch giant television. The ultimate game day experience is waiting for you at Front Runners Tap House inside the Community First Igloo.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On October 10, 2017, the U.S. soccer team loses to Trinidad and Tobago and misses out on the first World Cup since 1986. A dark day for the national team.
Hey, Jag fans, Tom McManus here. Crown Royal is a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars this season. It's not game day without the generous spirit of Crown Royal. Whether you're at the tailgate, in the stands, or watching from home, Crown Royal is the reason and the reward for coming together. Grab a glass with the Crown Royal rig at a stadium near you, because we'll be sharing that generous spirit with fans across the country. Crown Royal, feeling game day with the generous spirit. Visit crownroyal.com/Royal Rig for more on the Crown Royal Rig Tour. And remember, please drink responsibly.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-444-2013. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-444-2013. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-444-2013. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-444-2013 or biglou.com.
Been in a car crash? I'm local attorney Rick Alexander, and I've made it our mission at the Alexander Law Practice to listen to you so I can fight for the best possible result for you. I've been practicing over 30 years, and our team focuses on guiding you through the entire process. And because fees and reimbursement costs come out at the end of the case, I will never ask you to come out of pocket. For a free review, call 904-400-6600 or log on to alexanderlawpractice.com, Jacksonville.
Hey folks, this is Denny Thompson, and when it comes to protecting my home, I turn to Tyson, the leaders in state-of-the-art home security right here in Jacksonville. Their AI cameras and smart doorbells are top-notch, keeping an eye on what matters most. Whether you're moving in or upgrading, Tyson offers flexible packages, rent or own, with specials on the first 3 years. Ramp up now for the holidays, the perfect gift for you or someone you love. Call Tyson today at 590-7979 for details.
Hey, David again here with Royal Pest Services. It's that time of year when rodents start making their way into our homes. Layson, tell them what they need to get in.
A quarter-size hole.
That's right. That's all they need. Hey, tell them where to go for a free attic and exterior inspection.
Visit RoyalPestServices.com.
If you're ready to transform your yard with a fence that stands out, elevate your curb appeal with Superior Fence and Rail. Superior takes pride in offering first-class service, friendly installers, and unmatched fence products. Mention this ad and get $250 off your next project. It's time to get off the fence and call today.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
I don't practice Santeria. I ain't got no crystal.
Tom McManus, Aaron Beasley, Cleo Lemon, former Jaguars hanging out with us today. I'm Lauren Brooks, RJ Saunders, making it all happen. That's right, he selected Sublime for you on this rainy Friday afternoon. Wanted to let everyone know the Frangie Show comes up from 4 to 6 on 92.5 FM, and they will be live at Big Dogs in Orange Park. And get this, they are giving away tickets to the Jags game on Sunday when the Seahawks come to town every 15 minutes starting at 4:30.
Yeah, like 6 pairs, I think.
Lots of tickets for you. So make sure you head to Orange Park, head to Big Dogs, go see Frank and Hayes, get your name in. And of course, Rick Ballou with Into the Night with Rick Ballou will be on 10:10 a.m. from 4 to 6 at the same time. College Kickoff with RJ Saunders comes up from 6 to 7. RJ, what do we have on tonight's show?
We will be talking with one Rick Ballou about FSU as Mike Norvell back on the hot seat now with the 2-game losing streak. Going to break down a little bit of the Florida Gators now going into College Station. Is Billy Napier now off the hot seat, or does he have a chance? Dylan Denmark will give us the insight on that. And Joey Johnston down there at USF, their football insider, USF. Could they be the Group of 5 team that makes it to the college football playoff? That all comes up at 6.
All right, sounds good. Also, Bishop Kenny plays at Menendez tonight. We will not have the broadcast, unfortunately, due to weather. So you will hear Bulls playing host to Jackson on both stations tonight. Once again, congrats to Duval Charter on the almost win, sort of win, however we're calling it. And then, of course, after the high school football Friday Night Lights with Hacker and Dylan. All right, Taylor Dahl may not be here, but she has a tangent.
Now, Taylor's Tangent, served up by Chick-fil-A on 1010XL.
Football Insight broke down the pressure rate over expected through 5 weeks, and that's relative to the number of how long that quarterback holds the ball and the percent of all quarterback pressures that each position is charged with. So through 5 weeks, Trevor Lawrence has the 4th lowest pressure rate over expected, meaning the 4th best in the NFL right now, behind just Bo Nix, Josh Allen, and Caleb Williams. It breaks it down by position, though, so this part is interesting. The highest grade or lowest pressure rate allowed goes to the center position. So Robert Hainsey playing like the top offensive lineman on this team right now, which is 11% of pressures credited to him. Both guards are next with 15% pressure credited to them. Anton Harrison with 22%, so next on the offensive line. But some struggles for Walker Little, it looks like. The only number in purple indicating towards the bottom of the league, allowing pressures on 35% of the plays where there are pressures allowed. The only left tackles in the league credited with a higher pressure percentage are the Panthers, the Giants, and the Niners.
So there you have it.
Wow.
And anytime someone hears a tangent, that means they think Chick-fil-A. So call number 4 at 641-1010. Call number 4, 641-1010. You will win today's free lunch from Chick-fil-A. But yeah, we talked about it earlier. If Robert Hainsey isn't able to go, Jonah Monheim, those are certainly big shoes to fill. But Tom, you wanted to talk about Trevor Lawrence and the athlete, certainly, that he is.
Yeah, actually, I want to hear from Cleo, former QB who knew how to take off and run. I always feel like Trevor's at his best when he does take off and run. I think he gets him into a rhythm, into a flow. I even think he throws the ball better when he runs throughout the game. It's almost like, I don't know, like, you know, playing shortstop or a point guard. You know what I mean? You're just feeding, you're hitting shots, you're dishing, you're rebounding, you're stealing, you're just in the flow. Nobody can stop you kind of thing. I feel that running does that for QBs. Is there some truth to that?
You know, honestly, going into the season, I was saying this, that he needs to run more.
Yeah.
You know, I was thinking about him as an athlete and just the stature. He's a big guy. He's athletic, and he doesn't show it, you know, and he possesses those skills. And I think when you take off with that rock, man, it gets you into the flow of the game, especially early, right? You take a hit, but it's at your own pace, right? You're setting the tone. It's not like you're standing in the pocket and you're taking a sack. You actually have a chance to deliver a blow, right? You know, you got to be, be strategic. You know, you don't want to,
He took a shot on the goal line. You remember that?
Right.
And that one run play.
Right. You don't want to run into a D lineman or a linebacker, but you catch a little small DB.
Yeah, give him a little
catch Beasley out there and give him a little something, to get your day started.
Yeah.
But I think it definitely sets the tone. It gets you in rhythm, and it makes you a part of the game, and it gets everyone excited on the sideline and on the field, and your offensive linemen, man, they love that.
Absolutely,
right? They love it. They want to run down behind you, protect you, pick you up off the off the ground, and give you an attaboy.
That's right.
And it just adds that energy to the team. So I think he needs to do that more.
Yeah, good. I agree, man. And he's such a faster than you think. You know what I mean? He can really run for a big guy. He's got to be careful. One shot, he took a big shot. Maybe just got to look up the field a little bit. Got to be careful on that. But I agree, man. Take off and run. I mean, look, you saw the best do it right before our eyes. Number 15 on Kansas City.
Right.
I mean, he's a dagger. Every time he takes off and runs, it's like, oh my gosh.
He makes it look so easy.
He does.
Trevor still doesn't necessarily make it look as seamless.
Fluid.
Yeah, as fluid.
You're right.
And I understand Trevor's taller, so there's a height difference.
And I think the object of him running, just get 10 yards. Like, we're not trying to take it to the house. Just get your 10, man.
That's
get
right.
10 and get down. Right? And just move the chains, keep the drive alive, and let everybody take a deep breath, and let's reset.
Trevor Lawrence did 5 rushing touchdowns in 2022 and 4 in 2023. That was obviously before he ended the season with that season-ending injury. So it is something that I think is a huge part of his game, and I think Liam Coen, Grant Udinski, they understand that. They're all learning together. This is just the first year they've all been working together, and so certainly we all, like you said, want to see that happen more. All right, speaking of the Jaguars, defensive tackle Eric Armstead is set to join us next. You're listening to Helmets and Heels on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Helmets and Heels.
Backed by Green Law Group.
For the insured.
Fighting for you. Talk about the game with hacker Leon and Coach Gerald Ingram.
Yes.
It's the window world of Northeast Florida 5th quarter. Live from Hurricane Grill and Wings, San Marco. Covered by Apex Roofing and Contracting on 1010XL.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Lauren Brooks here. I can tell you why Closets by Design has over 1,700 5-star Google reviews. We've already started working on upgrading our laundry room. Since the 3 closets that we did, the design and install was seamless. Goodbye clutter, hello organization. They can do the same for you as they create custom storage for every space, lifestyle, and budget. From closets to garages to laundry rooms and so much more. Call today to schedule your free in-home consultation and get 40% off plus an extra 15% off with free installation, but only until October 31st. 18-month financing is available. Call 904-878-9393 or visit closetsbydesign.com.
Crown Royal Friday. Live generously and life will treat you royally.
Come visit the best sports restaurant in town. That's Big Dogs in Orange Park, known for great burgers, huge wings, pizza, salads, and special nightly events like trivia and karaoke. You'll all love it at Big Dogs Restaurant in Orange Park.
The Friday Night Lights are shining even brighter as 1010XL has partnered with Channel 4 to bring you Friday Night Lights, a live streaming show at 7 o'clock every Friday, presented by Farrah and Farrah on the social media channels of 1010XL and Channel 4.
Green Law Group is for the insured. If you think you have roof damage, call 904-302-7055 today, and they will schedule you a free roof inspection. Trust their law firm to help you fight your insurance when you need it. These storms can cause damage you may not even see yet. Call Green Law Group 302-7055. There's no cost to retain their law firm and no cost to have your roof inspected. They only get paid if you win. Greenlaw Group, for the insured.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Jeff Prosser here for Lloyd's Heating and Air. Need a leader for commercial, retail, multifamily, or hospitality projects? Or top-tier residential service? No gimmicks, no mascots, just real expertise and hard work. As your trusted statewide mechanical partner and local family-owned team, Lloyd's is the name Northeast Florida counts on. Visit Lloyd'sHeatingandAir.com. Lloyd's Heating and Air, keeping you comfortable in every season.
Florida Gators football on 1010XL is driven by Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville. Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors. And the law firm of Farah and Farah. Get Gators play-by-play on 1010XL.
Fall is here. The air is crisp. Football is on, and the perfect backyard atmosphere starts with a high-quality fireplace from CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living. Hey, it's Joe C. Imagine nights by the fire, cheering on your team, surrounded by friends and family. CSS can transform your outdoor space into the ultimate game day destination. Stylish, warm, and built for memories. With several wood, gas, and electric options, let CSS make your backyard the best seat in the house. Visit CSSFireplaces.com.
The doctors at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists have resolved my hip and foot issues, and I'm back to training for the 2028 Olympics in LA. This is Garrett Scantley, and I highly recommend Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
This is David Garrard. Following my knee surgeries and recovery, I'm continuing to feel great and would recommend Southeast Orthopedic to anyone who's experiencing orthopedic pain.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
San Jose Collision is hiring for an automotive detailer and porter. If you're detail-oriented, dependable, and love working with cars, apply in person at San Jose Collision in Mandarin. Valid driver's license required.
I'm Max Fink with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update brought to you by Coen Flowers. 1010XL brings you coverage of two exciting high school football matchups tonight with the season in full swing. First off on the AM airwaves, the 5-1 Bulls Bulldogs, who are fresh off a bye, will host Andrew Jackson at 7 o'clock. Then on 92.5 FM, the 4-2 Bishop Kenny Crusaders head to Menendez High School for a 7 o'clock kick as well. It's 72 degrees at 3:01. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Now, another great guest on the Checkmate Coatings phone line. Hello. Your floor's missing piece.
Welcome back to Helmets and Heels. Tom McManus, Cleo Lemon, Aaron Beasley. I'm Lauren Brooks, RJ Saunders, making it all happen. And we're going to talk to Jaguars defensive tackle Eric Armstead. Certainly a massive victory on Monday night, following a massive victory on the West Coast as the Jaguars beat the 49ers in San Francisco. And Eric, you were presented with the game ball since we didn't get to chat with you last week. What was that like in the locker room?
That was a great experience. My first game ball of the season. And, you know, that game was extra special for me, obviously going back to a place I was for 9 years and getting our first road win in that fashion and in a hard-fought game. And, you know, one of the games that I'll remember most about my career was that one for sure. You know, I might not remember every game, but, you know, that one is going to be up there at the top of my memories when I look back when it's all said and done. So it was a great moment, great to, you know, get that win. And then, you know, we had to get ready on a short week, you know, so it was a great experience. Proud to be a part of this team, and, you know, we're trying to keep it going.
Eric, you guys had a great win against Kansas City. Congratulations. How do you guys make sure that, you know, you don't get too carried away with the success, and you got Seattle coming to town, and, you know, got to stay humble yet hungry? How do you guys do that? How do you keep it together?
Well, the fact of the matter is we haven't done anything yet. We're having a great start to our season, but there's a lot of things we can improve upon, and I don't feel like we've even played our best football yet. So keeping that in mind of trying to see how good we can get, I think is the most important thing. And just realizing that, our goals aren't going to be accomplished in October and September. Our goals are going to be accomplished later in the year in December and January and February. So just keeping that in mind and trying to get better and better each week.
Hey, Eric, this is Cleo Lemon here. Got a great question for you when in regards to you've been familiar with this team, right? Being in the same conference with them for years. What kind of success have you had against Seattle, and what do you anticipate with this matchup?
Played against them a lot. Team looks a lot different. Obviously, throughout the years, team changes, pretty much every year from year to year. But I'm familiar with a lot of their players. They have some great players on in all phases and both sides of the football. And they're a really good team, too, They could easily be an undefeated team. They lost 2 close games to, very good opponents. So definitely an excellent football team and a team that is, hungry. But we're a good football team, too. And it's just going to come down to, who executes in those moments and who comes out there with the right mindset and, plays better that day. So I'm really excited about the challenge. And, I'm really excited about this game.
Hey, how you doing, Eric? This is Aaron Beasley. I want to know, how does the locker room feel with the trade that just happened?
How does the locker room feel with Tyson's trade?
Yeah. How do you guys come together around that?
Well, one thing, that always will remain is the relationships in this league. And, those relationships don't just go away when something like that does happen. And, Tyson brought a lot to our team. And Tyson is a great person and a great player and, a brother to all of us. And so there's that. And that doesn't go away. You still maintain relationships and still, have those feelings and bonds that you create and made. But at the same time, too, football, there is a business side of football. And, decisions get made and, rosters get moved around and, things happen. And so there's the personal relationship side and there's the business side. And then there's also the side of having a new teammate coming in and bringing him onto the fold to our culture and treating him the right way as well, too, and getting him to where he needs to be, to come together and join our defense and help us win and play together. So, those are all the thought processes that you go through. Obviously, you feel for your friend, and, you guys won't be around each other, and play with each other. But that's the nature of the business, and, you have to maintain those relationships and also welcome a new member to your team in and, move forward.
Yeah, hopefully welcome Greg Newsome with a victory on Sunday and a packed bank once again. Eric, what were you thinking during the slip 6, as we're going to call it? What were you thinking when Trevor Lawrence stumbled, got up, stumbled again, and then found the end zone?
The flip 6. That's what you guys are calling it?
Well, that's what the official Jaguars social media put out. So, and then when asked about it, Trevor Lawrence was like, "Sure, I'll take the slip 6."
Oh wow, that's cool. That was the first time I heard of that. That's a pretty cool name. I think it's obviously an iconic play, and so iconic play having a nickname to kind of coin that signature moment is great. What I think about it, I was watching it just like everybody else, but I had a little better seat on the sideline, I guess, than most. And when he went down, it was like, oh dang. And then it was one of those like, no, yes, type plays. And the crowd was rocking, and everyone had fun, and it was obviously a game-winning touchdown, and I look at that whole drive though. It just wasn't that play; it was big plays being made Trevor leading the team down the field, guys executing. I think about the catch to BT and to Diami and everyone making plays to get in that position. And then for us to score in that type of fashion, it was destiny. It was our night.
Nothing better when the QBs making plays like that, man. It makes everybody just want to play that much harder for them. All right, everything's rosy, of course, at 4-1, Eric. A little critique on the defensive side. How do we get better on third down, as you guys are at about 47%? What would you say to that?
I think each week you got to look at it. Obviously, for us, it's our goal to be good on third down. It's a big component to the game. We have to execute better in those situations. But also I think that you have to look at it game to game. Different teams want to do different things on third down. And if you look at the last game Monday night, we didn't put them in third and long that often. So it's not always about just third down. It's about how you perform on first and second down to get them into third and long. And offenses are too good nowadays if it's constantly third and short. There's a lot of ways to get a first down and third and short, whether it's quarterback running or you're running little pick routes on the edges, running the football for a first down. So teams have a whole Rolodex of options at hand, offenses do. So I think Monday night specifically, it was about playing better on first and second down to get them in advantageous situations, and then just executing down the stretch.
All right, Eric. Well, we appreciate your time as always. Man. Good luck on Sunday. Thanks so much.
I appreciate you guys.
All right. Thanks, Eric.
Eric. That's the first time that we've chatted with Eric where the heels don't outnumber the helmets. The helmets are outnumbering the heels today. By the way, I wanted to mention this. Sunday is the Jaguars' crucial catch game, so cancer awareness. People remember it used to be always tied to breast cancer. Now it's all cancers. And we'll have two special guests on the field. The first Duval will be delivered by Mila Ivanoff from the Tom Coughlin J Fund.
Nice.
So y'all get loud for her. And then the honorary captain will be Josh Hines Allen's son, Wesley, who, as we know, just came through his cancer treatment. And that, of course, supports Josh's nonprofit 4-1 for All. So
that's fantastic.
That's right. Yeah.
No
Get
doubt.
loud on Sunday for both of them in addition to the defense.
Eric's right on that third down. They're giving up 4.6 yards a carry on defense. That's not good enough. That's almost 5. That kills you, man. It's like 2 runs. They got a first down. So they got to get better on those running plays on early downs and get them to third and long.
Absolutely. All right. More to do on the other side, including our picks. You are listening to Helmets and Heels on 1010X on 92.5 FM.
Helmets and Heels, provided by Green Law Group. Sometimes the secret weapon is the special team.
He's got a big leg. He's got a career-long.
After the game, pump up the Superior Plumbing Special Teams Player of the Game. Sealed by Superior Plumbing and Pipeline on 1010XL.
Frank Frazier here. Looking for a dealership that makes car buying easy? Let me tell you why Nimnick Buick GMC is the place to shop. At Nimnick, you'll find unbeatable prices, a huge selection of Buicks and GMCs, plus flexible financing that works around your budget. Whether it's a new SUV, a work-ready truck, or a certified pre-owned, they've got you covered. They back it up with trusted service and transparent deals. Don't wait. Shop 24/7 online at NimnickBuickGMC.com or visit the showroom on Phillips Highway. GMC, we are professional grade.
Helmets and Heels.
Sipping on a Crown Royal Friday.
You've probably heard the saying, it's not how hard you get hit, it's whether or not you get back up. Well, I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and I have a saying of my own. If you get hit with a personal injury or wrongful death, hit back and fight to make them pay. At Hastings Injury Law, we have the experience you want if you or a loved one suffer a car or trucking accident or wrongful death. Just call 904-HIT-BACK and we'll help you get up and hit back. Office is Jacksonville.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville, and when the weather starts to shift a little bit, especially during the fall, you've got some really cool stuff from Honda Off-Road.
We do. It's my favorite time of the year for me. Nice little chill in the air. We've got some side-by-sides. We've got the ATVs. Of course, they're legendary dirt bikes. We've got it all.
And for the hunter?
Oh, we've got side-by-sides that work and play.
All right, so make sure you check it out. Showroom wide open for you on Atlantic near Regency. If you want to go off-road and have some fun, check out Cycles of Jacksonville.
You already know it's your main man E to the T here for Twin Peaks, home of the 29-degree draft. And with ball season here, make sure you're on the lookout for my instant reaction before, during, or after the game. All brought to you by Twin Peaks, home of the 29-degree drafts. Come on, somebody.
Hey folks, Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods, a Jacksonville family business for nearly 70 years. Heck, I've been talking about them for over a decade. The Thompson family secret, Dandy is never frozen. Always fresh baked bread with quality meats and cheeses, no dry, crumbly subs here, only soft and tasty deliciousness. When I see that logo with the little guy with the cane on the label, it tells me I'm getting a trusted brand and a quality sandwich. So do what I do, stop in at a Circle K and make yours a Dandy today.
Cool air and clean air. Getting out from under that Florida sun and cooling off inside is where Florida Home AC shines. Think about it. You spend a lot of time indoors and air quality is crucial to your health and comfort. Pollutants like dust, pollen, germs, and allergens can build up, affecting your well-being. Florida Home is dedicated to enhancing your indoor experience with superior air quality solutions like whole home air purification systems. Find out by logging on to FloridaHomeAC.com or call 877-4300.
This is Hayes Carline for First Florida Credit Union. I bank with First Florida Credit Union because I trust them. I can always count on them when it comes to the vast services they provide. The online banking services are outstanding, so easy to use. Depositing checks through the mobile app is fast and efficient. First Florida Credit Union was voted Best Credit Union in the Best of Bold City Community Choice Awards for 3 years running, and it's easy to see why. You need to be banking with First Florida Credit Union. They're enriching people every day. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity Lender.
I'm Clayton Bromberg, the president of Underwoods. You've heard me talk about the Rolex my grandfather gave me for graduating from college, but there's something else you need to know about Rolex watches from an official Rolex jeweler for over 60 years. If you own a Rolex, probably today more than ever before, if you need that Rolex serviced, you should only visit an official Rolex jeweler. In North Florida, there are 4, with Underwood's 3 stores, and Mayors has 1. Anybody else claiming to work on Rolex has no direct access to parts, and the use of non-authentic Rolex parts jeopardizes your Rolex from both an authenticity and a value standpoint. At Underwoods, we have state-of-the-art Rolex repair shops, both designed and outfitted by Rolex and staffed by Rolex watch technicians trained by Rolex. And best of all, our shop is on premise, so your Rolex will never leave Jacksonville, and our Rolex repairs carry a 2-year warranty. At Underwoods in San Marco, Avondale, and the shops of Ponte Vedra.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
Tom McManus, Cleo Lemon, Aaron Beasley, RJ Saunders, I'm Lauren Brooks with you. It is time to make some picks, and since Taylor is off today, she did already submit her picks, and so we are going to go with the lines, the odds that we had sent her since she, like I said, is off today. And Beasley will be making said selections on Taylor's behalf. Well, not really. She already sent hers in. You're just reading them.
I'm just reading them.
You're just reading them. But all right, we are going to kick things off with Georgia on the road at Auburn. This is, of course, the Deep South's oldest rivalry, 130 years in this one. Bees, who does Taylor have? And why?
I can't say it in her voice, but
That's okay.
she took Georgia.
All right.
She says she thinks between some of the Auburn offensive miscues and penalties and the Georgia defense sending pressure later in the game that will catch up a bit. I think the game stays close for a while, but Georgia pulls a win and covers.
All right. Taylor's got Georgia -3.5. Tom, what say you?
I'm going the other way. I'm going Auburn, and I'm going their defense. I think they got a pretty good defense.
They have a great defense.
I like. I've been to Auburn a few times.
Okay.
Been to a game
Jordan
there.
Hare.
Remember I told you my nephew swam for their swim team, did the mile for them. So been there, and yeah, I think they're going to take them. I think their defense is going to be a challenge.
The environment's going to be insane, that's for sure, because it
that'll
is
be good.
tomorrow night. Yeah, I went back and forth on this one, but at the end of the day, I'm going with the unfortunate rivals of my alma mater, and that is Georgia. Look, I think Kirby Smart I think he's 6-1 or 7-1 against Auburn, and we saw the track record that he has against Alabama, and Alabama continues to be victorious. Well, on the flip side, Kirby Smart does not typically lose to Auburn, so I'm going to take Kirby Smart and his bunch, Gunnar Stockton and all those guys, Cash Jones as well. And then we head to College Station, Texas, where Texas A&M plays host to Florida. Texas A&M is a 7.5-point favorite. I think you already know which way I'm going to go. I think it's going to be a game where Florida is going to have to pull every trick out of their hat. Billy Napier doesn't really have a lot of tricks other than in-game coaching.
You say
errors.
ass? You never say that word.
I don't think I did.
What'd you say?
Pull the tricks out of their hat.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
I can't say ass if you like.
I'm like, Lauren, you never swear. What's going on here?
I think Texas A&M probably ends up winning, but it's closer than by 7.5 points. But I do think Florida, at this point in time, they have confidence after what happened this past week, beating Texas. And look, they have literally Billy Napier has nothing to lose other than his job, and that might be lost already. So I'm going to take Florida and the points 7.5. Tom, what say you?
I'm going to take Texas A&M.
That's probably the smarter pick.
That QB Reed, right? Marcel Reed.
Marcel Reed, yeah.
he's
He had his
pretty
coming out
dynamic.
party against Florida last season.
Yeah, he's a pretty dynamic player. They're 5th in the country. I think it's pretty well deserved. Pretty tough team.
Yeah, 5-0.
I think
under Mike
Florida,
Elko.
look, their defense I know they're banged up,
Yeah.
but do they have enough momentum? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say last week was just a
fluke.
good game. Not a fluke, good game, but maybe not sustainable. I'm going to take Texas A&M.
Yeah, we'll see how many carries Jaden Bogg gets. Beasley, what does Taylor say?
She has Texas A&M.
Yeah, I'm not surprised because A&M beat her Fighting Irish.
And she likes the spark from Florida, but she doesn't think that the defense with A&M that can push Florida right back,
Okay.
and an offense that can run the ball like crazy, plus Marcel Reed becoming more and more comfortable, will be too much for Florida on the road.
All right, those are our college picks. Let's head now to the National Football League. We have the Chiefs, 2-point favorites at home against the Lions. I will tell you, I was going to take the Lions, and then I just now saw that Xavier Worthy has no injury designation. He is good to go. So I'm going to take the Chiefs to bounce back after their loss here in Jacksonville on Monday Night Football to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Tom, who you got?
I got the Chiefs too, and I tell you, I think, like, man, if I'm the Lions, I'm pounding the rock. I mean, I think you can really run on that Chiefs team, and I think with Montgomery leading the charge and Gibbs with his speed, their old line sets up the pass game. But I'm still going to Chiefs.
I was going to say.
No, I am. I'm still, and this is why.
Okay.
Because I don't see them going 2-4. I don't see Mahomes going back home after the humiliating loss. Look, we're happy as you know what here in Jacksonville. They're not happy in Kansas City. They think they blew one. Yeah. They think they should have won that game. They thought they should have came back, but they didn't. And
they're mad they paid the refs.
So I think they go back. I think they go back home and they take care of the Lions on Sunday Night Football.
All right, and Bees, what does Taylor say?
She has the Lions.
Oh, good.
And she thinks the Lions are a better team right now from top to bottom, other than the quarterback head-to-head, but she thinks Jared Goff is one of the top performers in the NFL.
He is that.
And they have showed that Ben Johnson's molding of John Morton has worked well in an offense that has the line and weapons you need and a healthy defense.
All right. We shall see. All right, let's head to the wild card now. Bees, what is Taylor's wild card? Skipping over the Jags for now.
She's going Cowboys at Panthers. The line is -3.5 for Dallas. I think the Cowboys win by a touchdown. The running game is improving. Dak playing some of the best ball. And I know Dallas defense is struggling, but Fluss has a history of dominating.
Eberflus. Yeah, that's what she's talking about.
Yeah, Eberflus.
Yeah, Eberflus.
Yep.
I was like, I've never seen that word in my life. You saw all I was like, I was like, what is misspelling here?
What slang is that? I don't know that one.
Fluss.
Oh, man alive. Okay, so she's got the Cowboys favored by 3.5 on the road at the Panthers. Tom, who you got?
I'm taking the Chargers on the road at Miami. They're favored by 3.5. I just think they'll get back on track. I know they got injuries up front, but I still like Herbert a ton, and I think their defense is okay. And Harbaugh, I like Harbaugh. I don't think if they lose many games, I don't think it's on, back to back, that kind of thing. I just think he'll have them ready to go. So I got them going to Miami, and I think Miami's kind of weird.
Yeah, they're limping for the season.
They're all flustered down there.
You said Chargers by 3.5, correct?
Yeah.
All right. Yep. All three of us took NFL games, and all three of us took road favorites, interestingly enough, this week. I've got the Patriots, the New England Patriots, at the Saints. The Patriots are favored by 3 points in New Orleans. I feel like the Patriots are ascending now with what they did to the Bills, and the Saints are, the Saints. All right, and finally, the Jacksonville Jaguars play host to the Seahawks. Okay, the current line on Hard Rock Bet is the Seahawks favored by 1. However, when we told Taylor the line, it was the Jaguars favored by 1. So we're going to keep the line as the Jaguars favored by 1 for that reason. Bees, who does Taylor have?
Well, -1 +1, she's doing pretty good.
Yeah.
So she took the Jags.
Okay.
It's hard not to lean into them at home right now. She does have concerns about this game because some of the errors and lucky plays have helped the Jags scrape by this year. But Sam Darnold has thrown 6 picks the last couple of games. He's been in Jacksonville, and with the way the defense is playing, I think we can see a couple more. But they have to step up and come out swinging this week.
All right, Tom, I know you got
Taylor.
the Jags.
I do, 26-22. I do think it's going to be a tough game, though. I really do. And part of it is Seattle's a tough team, but it's also coming after that emotional win on a short week.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes it's funny. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but sometimes, like, the emotional mental part, you just can't explain it sometimes. Like, you're ready to go, you wake up, you feel great, ready to go, and then for whatever reason, you take the field and all of a sudden your team's flat. You're like, this is weird. Like, why am I wasn't flat coming in. It just kind of happens. It's weird how that can kind of happen to you. But I think it's going to be a tough game. But I think we win 26-22. I think we keep ascending on offense. And I want to see our defense shut them down now. Not shut them down like, score, but when we got the lead in the fourth quarter, take care of business and hold that lead. Let's not squander it like we have the last 3 weeks.
I've said a couple of times, okay, this is the game where Josh Hines-Allen gets those 2 sacks and takes over the franchise record. No, that didn't happen. Okay, this is the game where it's going to happen. So I'm not putting that out into the ether, but hopefully that does happen on Sunday when his son is an honorary captain. I think Liam Coen is a guy that should have been an NFL coach probably a few years ago. This guy seems to be pushing all the right buttons for this team, and offensively, he's got this team doing things that they have not been able to do. The offensive line, they only have 2 new pieces to it, and yet look at what they've been able to running the football. I think the defense does finally get the pressure, and Sam Darnold, for the 3rd time playing in Jacksonville, sees ghosts. I've got the Jaguars winning as well. All right, I'm going to let you two weigh in on this when it comes to these games. All right, Georgia at Auburn by 3.5. Who would you have taken?
Give me Auburn. I'll take them.
Okay.
I'll take Georgia.
All right, split there. Florida at Texas A&M. By the way, DJ Lagway from the state of Texas returns to his home state. Texas A&M by 7.5. Who you got, Cleo?
Give me Texas A&M.
And Bees?
I can't give 7.5 points.
Yeah.
I like Florida with the
All right,
7.5.
split again. I like it. Lions at the Chiefs. Chiefs favored by 2.
I'll take the Lions.
Okay.
I think the Chiefs.
All right. I love this.
Offense, defense, offense, defense.
Yeah, I'm obviously
I'm
not
just
going
going, whatever he picks, I'm opposite.
I love it.
This is my golf buddy.
Slash
So hard to say
rival
buddy.
for life. And finally, Seahawks at the Jags. I'm assuming both of y'all
Oh,
taking
yeah, we
the
take
Jags.
the Jags for sure.
Yeah, no questions asked there.
How about I pick the opposite so we can win? Because whatever I bet, I lose.
Okay. That's unfortunate for you. By the way, the Chiefs-Jaguars game was ESPN's 6th most watched game, Monday Night Football game, since Monday Night Football moved to ESPN in 2006.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
There were a lot of eyeballs.
We're on the map again. We are. We're raising some eyebrows out there, and we just got to, keep going, keep one game at a time mentality and take care of the Seahawks. And I'll tell you, that'll send another ripple. If you can beat Seattle at home after that big win and after a big win the week before, now people are going to be like, all right, these guys are for real.
Absolutely. And by the way, last week's standings look like this. Tom ended up with 4 points. Very impressive week for Tom, 4-1. Taylor went 2-3, and I went 3-2.
Okay.
So there you have it. The picks are in. All right, I want y'all to hear. We asked Eric Armstead what he was thinking during that Trevor Lawrence play and what we're terming the slip 6, at least for now. Okay, so Grant Udinski, the Jaguars' offensive coordinator, was asked about this. Here's the difference between what most of us, I feel like, we're thinking and just an in-the-moment type of thing, and what the offensive coordinator, granted he doesn't call plays, but the offensive coordinator, here's what Grant Udinski was thinking on that game-winning touchdown by Trevor Lawrence.
I think the first thing going through my mind was just protect the ball, and you probably instantly start thinking about, all right, what's the next play to get back on the ball, the situation, clock's running, what yard line you're on, what hash you're on, what defense are they in, what personnel are we in. So you're almost trying to move on to the next thing. And then when he pops up and the play keeps going, you're thinking protect the ball. You don't want to make a bad situation worse. And then all of a sudden you see him cross the goal line and everyone's celebrating. So it was definitely a favorable turn of events and a pleasant surprise in that regard, but probably started thinking a little bit too early about what next.
I love that, though. Like, he's a step ahead and was already thinking about, okay, the personnel, the grouping, where exactly we are, take care of the football. Like, I think that was a good forward-thinking type mindset.
Yeah, I know what I was thinking. Oh, my gosh, he screwed it up again. I was like, you got to be kidding me. You just got all the way down there and you're falling down.
You just
and then
made
he
two of the
didn't
best
fumble.
throws we've ever seen you make, and now, well, and I thought honestly
Unbelievable.
on the Brian Thomas Jr. when the pass interference was called, before it was called, I thought that was an interception, and I thought, oh my gosh, that's how this game is going to end. This epic Monday Night Football contest here at the bank. The Jaguars coming out party, so to speak, and it's going to end with a Trevor Lawrence interception.
Right.
And then I thought, when he first fell, I just thought, okay, at least just keep the football. Don't turn the football over and live to see another down, which we disagreed a little bit whether or not whether Trevor would have had enough time to throw the football away.
Throw it away, right.
Yeah, but yeah, Cleo, what were you thinking when he went down at first?
When he went down, I thought it was. I was thinking like an offensive coordinator. Ball's going to be down. What's the next play? What hash is it on? What are we doing moving forward? So that's what I was already thinking. But when I see him pop up, and then I see him get into the end zone, now you're talking about ecstatic. It was just a great time.
Euphoric.
Great yeah,
Yeah, I'm impressed by that. That y'all thought, or that you thought that too.
I looked at the clock, like the first thing I was like, how much time do we have? Because I felt like if he would have stayed down, we were going to look for another play.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm kind of like the offensive coordinator now, so I was thinking, what are we going to run next? And then he got up and took off. That was pretty cool.
I like that he took off and finished it. That was destiny right there. That was his destiny.
Especially after fumbling that one.
In the preseason, because I was thinking that too. When he fumbled, was it the Steelers? Was it?
No, he fumbled during the game.
No, you're talking about the preseason against the Saints. Against the Saints in New Orleans.
Trying to hand it to Tate.
Because we talked about that, and I said I think that was a huge learning lesson for Trevor, because he wasn't able to execute in that preseason game against the Saints, but he learned what it's like to be stepped on and then to try to still hand the ball off and fumble.
He knows what it's like to be stepped on.
Unfortunately, he does. Unfortunately. All right, more to do on the other side. You are listening to Helmets and Heels on 1010XL on 82.5 FM.
Helmets and Heels.
Brought for you by Green Law Group on 1010XL. From the first play ball to the final, your home for play-by-play is 1010XL.
Duval. Yes, you heard that right. We love being in Duval County, and we love this city. So during football season, it's absolutely Luval around here. Hey, it's Don from Taco Lou, and yes, it is that time of year again. I know everyone's working hard all week getting ready for game day. Taco Lou is ready for you. If it's pregame, if it's postgame, during the game. No matter what your game is, enjoy it with us at Taco Lou in Jacksonville Beach.
Luval.
Helmets and Heels.
Crown Royal Friday.
Bueller.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, pal, you look troubled. Is something bugging you?
This friendship isn't all upside for me, Jason. People keep asking me stuff about you.
They ask you about me?
Is it really cooler with Bueller, they ask? So I say, totally. And they say, how do you mean that? And I say, he fixes air conditioners, which literally makes somebody cool. But he also has cool sunglasses and cool people and a cool family.
And I try to make working at Bueller Air and Plumbing a really cool experience for our technicians and plumbers. We treat our people like gold, and they treat our homeowners the exact same way.
Great. Well, now there's another cool thing I've got to remember. This is a lot of responsibility, Jason.
Life can get hectic sometimes. If you don't take a moment to slow down and appreciate all the cool parts, you could miss it.
Do people ask you about me at all?
Weirdly, they do.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Hey, Jaguars fans, Tommy Mack here. Crown Royal is a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars this season. It's not game day without the generous spirit of Crown Royal. Whether you're at the tailgate, in the stands, or watch it from home, Crown Royal is the reason and the reward for coming together. Grab a glass with the Crown Royal rig at a stadium near you, because we'll be sharing the generous spirit with fans across the country. Crown Royal, fueling game day with the generous spirit. Visit crownroyal.com/Royal Rig for more on the Crown Royal Rig Tour. Please drink responsibly.
Rollovers, head-on collisions, hit and runs, you name it, we've litigated it.
And while insurance companies joke about the mayhem that occurs on roadways, we've seen the real effects. Lost lives, catastrophic injury, cars crushed like soda cans. And trust us, there's nothing funny about it.
If you've been in a crash, count on our experienced attorneys to seek full justice and all the money your case is worth.
For a fairer fight, you know who to call. Farah and Farah, Jacksonville.
Frank Frangie here for Stanley Pools. If you're dreaming of putting in a pool this year, choosing the right company is the most important decision you'll make. I've trusted Stanley Pools to build my pool, renovate my pool, and maintain my pool. Stanley Pools has been the best in the business since 1988, and they're still family-owned. Call them today at 904-269-7277 or find them online at stanleypoolsfl.com. That's Stanley Pools, a family tradition of fine swimming pools.
Did you know that for every inch of rain on a 2,000 square foot roof, 1,500 gallons come off the eaves of the roof? Call Clearwater Seamless Gutters and Drainage, and we'll design a plan using our Clearwater Seamless Gutters, and we'll connect those gutters to a Clearwater drainage system to solve your erosion and standing water issues.
Clearwater Seamless Gutters. We can't sing a lick, but we sure are good at gutters.
And drainage, too.
SeamlessGuttersJacksonville.com.
Chelsea here, ready to upgrade your windows or patio doors? During our fall savings month, get 20% off your replacement windows and patio doors. Plus, enjoy 0 down, 0 payments, or 0 interest for 12 months. Our Acclaim Impact windows are built for Florida homes, designed to help you save on energy bills by maintaining indoor temperatures year-round. Offer ends October 31st. Restrictions apply. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free in-home consultation. License number CGC 1527613. Renewal by Anderson, where comfort meets savings.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Now, the cool down from the cool guys at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Fast, reliable, and honest service since '87.
Here's what I'm cooling down with, gentlemen. I hope all of you are going to have a lot of TVs near you tomorrow if you care about college football. Pitt at Florida State kicks off at noon. Alabama at Missouri kicks off at noon. Ohio State at Illinois kicks off at noon. Wow. Then we head to Washington State at Ole Miss, kicks off at 12:45. Then our 3:30 slate: NC State at Notre Dame, Iowa State at Colorado, Virginia Tech at Georgia Tech, Oklahoma at Texas, Indiana at Oregon, and then Arkansas at Tennessee at 4:15. Take a deep breath. Then our night games: Florida at Texas A&M. We have Michigan at USC, Georgia at Auburn, South Carolina at LSU, and then you finish with BYU at Arizona and Arizona State at Utah. Those two maybe don't care as much about, but that's a ton of games that are going to be really, really fun to watch.
What kind of shot you give Indiana out in Oregon?
I don't.
What I mean? Like,
yeah,
you want to like.
Oregon's favored by 7.5.
You think Oregon kills them?
I think Oregon kills them.
I think it's ugly.
Fernando Mendoza certainly is an excellent quarterback, and playing for Kurt Cignetti, he's done a tremendous job. I mean, this is an Indiana team that is seeing the likes of the winning football that they have probably never seen before. But Oregon, that's such a tough place to play from everything that I hear. And Dante Moore is excellent, and Dan Lanning. I don't know what type of energy drink he has, but he is fired up after football games. Y'all saw that video of him, right?
Yeah.
Post game when they beat Penn State. Yeah, interesting.
Penn State's another one. They just crumbled.
Yeah, Penn State not having a good football season, and they were, of course.
2 in the country.
Texas was 1 and Penn State was 2, or flip flop. Cleo, how much college football do you watch?
I watch a ton of it. You know what I'm looking forward to is the Red River Classic.
Yep.
I want to see Oklahoma and Texas. They're hard on the arch, and I'm an arch believer.
Okay.
You are?
I'm an arch believer.
Why?
The last name. Manning.
And John Mateer may play for Oklahoma. It's going to go down to the wire as far as that's concerned.
Our gambling man. We like him. Right?
That is the one who
allegedly
who put on Venmo about gambling. That is for sure. But we have a friend's wedding tomorrow at 2 p.m. and so I'm gonna be one of those people. It's okay. They're all college football fans and NFL fans as well. And so I will be that person that has my phone, and I'll probably ask other people for their phones to set them all up because I need multiple. I love college football. My husband and I sit on the couch normally and just take it all in for like 12 hours every Saturday. It's so much fun.
I get that thumb work in.
Oh, yeah, on the remote.
Thumb work?
Yeah. We have this argument with people all the time about the streaming services versus cable. We're old school and we still have cable, but we love being able to your point about the remote, we love being able to switch back and forth, and obviously have multiple TVs too, but be able to switch back and forth. With the streaming, it's not as easy, but you have that quad box, the multi-box.
Yeah. I guess I'm probably out of the 4 of us. I probably watch the least college football. Now I'll have it on. Like I'll turn on ESPN.
It'll be in the background.
I'll watch game day. Like it'll be there.
Game day is the
while
best.
I'm doing my chores, or I'll have it on and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I'll watch BC from time to time. More a big game, but I won't watch it all. Now tomorrow I'll probably watch a little. I want to see Georgia Auburn.
Yeah.
So I do think Auburn's defense is pretty special. Texas A&M Florida I think will be a fun game to watch. I hope Florida gives them a run. I hope they give them a run for their money. And I don't want to see a blowout. If they, any blowout, I'm walking away for the most part. I won't sit there and watch it. But listen, any level of football is great football. High school, college, pro. It's all awesome, no doubt. We got some great high school ball around here, great college ball around here, great NFL ball. We got some great ball in Jacksonville,
We're lucky
man.
to live in the South. By the way, for people who were excited to go see your band tonight, no dad bods due to the weather.
And it's not even raining. This is the problem. You call things too early. Mother Nature's going to do what she does. Just give it a time. Give it a sec.
I see an 80% chance of rain around 5, around 7, around 65%, 90% around 9 p.m.
We got about 40% chance of it not raining. That's
That
where
is
I look at it. No, but we're not going to be out there tonight. And I don't know when our next game. I think we have one in November, but we'll keep everybody
Well,
posted.
let's reschedule with the local in the near future. On
Yeah,
the night
let's.
that it's not going to
I
rain.
feel like I might need you for some scheduling. What do you think? You can get it done.
I can absolutely.
You can get a fig off that, right?
For sure.
Yeah, okay. We're going to work
We are
something
absolutely
out.
good. All right, time now for Lauren's Lane.
Now, Lawrence Lane, driven by Mazda at the Avenues. This is luxury. This is Mazda at the Avenues.
What fell into Lauren's Lane, driven by Mazda at the Avenues today, is going to be the trade that occurred with the Jacksonville Jaguars trading Tyson Campbell to the Browns, along with a 2026 7th-round draft pick, and then, of course, acquiring Greg Newsome. He will wear number 6 for your Jacksonville Jaguars in a 2026 6th-round selection they'd acquired from the Jets. Here's what I think about the trade, gentlemen. I think that James Gladstone and company realized that Tyson Campbell wasn't the perfect fit for Anthony Campanile's defense, but they're also looking long-term. We've praised them for their short-term moves and everything that they've done as far as the rookie draft class, as far as all the free agents that they've brought in that are contributing, but they're also able to look down the future or into the future. And the fact that, yes, there's a $19.5 million dead cap hit, thanks to Ryan O'Halloran for letting us know that, but they have nearly $50 million of new cap space available in 2027 and 2028. That to me is huge because this team is not just telling us, hey, we want to win this year. They are looking to have this organization winning year in and year out. And that to me is a great statement to make to the fan base and also to the players in the locker room.
Yeah. It's funny when the extension happened, I questioned it. Like, why? Yeah. And I really think.
Why now?
If you think about, Shad Khan made a statement in 2024. Draft picks, develop, extend. So Balky's like, oh, well, let's extend Tyson. Let's extend Walker Little. Let's extend anybody we can to save his ass, I think he was trying to do.
Sure.
And the new guy's coming in like, okay, we like him, but maybe not our type of guy.
Well, they're not at odds with one another.
No.
Before, the head coach was at odds with the general manager. And so, yes, trying to make it look like I have good players on this roster. He's just not coaching them properly. That's what I feel like was also happening. And now they all have that good symbiotic
cohesion. Yeah. It matters.
And it is great to have that big picture plan, right? You're not locked into year to year, right? They can have a time frame to kind of just lay it all out. And now you have a 3, 4, 5 year plan that you can, develop and execute. And I think that's the best thing about a NFL organization when they can do that.
Yeah.
They can put the pieces together.
Absolutely.
Like
and I think what's unique about Jacksonville is, look, they want to win now. There's no doubt. We all want them to win now.
At 4-1, you better.
Ideally, the new stadium is when we want to win the Super Bowl. We either win it the year before or win it that year because we're walking in. You know what I mean? The owner's like, that's what I want. When new stadium. But obviously, we want them to win now. But what a great thing that you can build towards that future. And he's going to be patient. He's going to be patient with these guys. They deserve it. I mean, he's not going to get rid of Baselli. You kidding me?
Right.
There's no reason to. They're doing a great job. And I think they'll continue to do a great job. I do think after thinking about it, at least they're saying, look, we're still going to try to get better. And even no matter what anybody else thinks out there, we're going to make a decision whether we keep guys or not. And we're not going to have emotional ties to it. We're just going to, it's a business. We got to make this as good as we can. We feel like we can upgrade Tyson Campbell, so let's go upgrade him. I think they're going to think about other guys, too. There could be other guys on the current roster right now.
Absolutely.
They're like, you know what? You're not really our guy. You're just not our fit. And we're going to go find somebody that we can replace you with and fit. The only one thing I wonder, and I kind of get it, because at the time they didn't know what they were going to get out of Devon Hamilton. And
Saunders.
Mason Smith and Eric were not out there yet, so they make the trade for Saunders. He hasn't played in 3 weeks.
Right.
I'd like to
I think he hasn't played since the first week.
Is it the first week? So
I
he played I thought he played for, okay, maybe.
I thought it was an active week 2.
Okay.
Either way.
Yeah, either way. He has
on.
barely played. I know the
Right.
last 3 weeks he's been inactive, and you're like, can this guy not help us? Because he was starting for New Orleans. He was their defense tackle, or their nose tackle. I'm not taking anything away from the guys that we have, but that's one I'm wondering, like, why isn't he in there? Does he not maybe fit? Or maybe at the time he just kind of felt like he needed somebody just in case?
And do they love the production that they're getting out of Devon Hamilton, which
I think
they do.
are. I mean, listen, I've been hard on that guy. I was. He's played really, really well. There's no doubt about it. He's been physical. He's been splitting double teams. Yeah. Now, look, none of us are defensive tackles, right? That's got to be one of the hardest things to do. Is
Speak
to
for
split a double
yourself.
team.
I'm a defensive tackle.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, Saunders
You can split a double
Saunders only played week 1 against the Panthers. All right, we have one segment to go here on Helmets and Heels. I hope everyone has enjoyed our special guests today, Aaron Beasley and Cleo Lemon, as Taylor Dahl has the day off. It's 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Helmets and Heels.
Backed by Green Law Group on 1010XL.
This is Josh Woolsey with Woolsey Morecambe. When deciding what lawyer to trust with your car accident or injury case, the most reliable way is reviews and results. You want to be treated well, and you want a great result. Woolsey Morecambe's reviews speak for themselves, and I challenge any firm to compare results. We offer the resources of a large law firm and the customer service of a boutique practice. If you want to be treated right and want great results, call Woolsey Morecambe at 1-800-WOOLSEY and take the fear out of the fight. Offices, Jacksonville.
Crown Royal Friday
on Helmets and Heels.
Interested in a unique date night? Gibby here. I took my wife Nikki to Wick a Candle Bar. She made her own custom candle right there in the store. Shop local at Wick a Candle Bar. Locations in San Marco and Jacks Beach.
Navy Mutual was created by service members for service members, so we know what it means to serve. Our policies have no active duty service restrictions, so you can rest assured that you're covered no matter your duty station, home or abroad. To go even further, we promise that premiums will not be higher for those who serve in dangerous environments, including aviation, diving, or on deployments. Let us help you protect those you love the most. Learn more at NavyMutual.org.
Hey guys, Taylor Dahl here of Helmets and Heels. Chick-fil-A has something brand new on the menu, and it's only here for a limited time. Introducing the Pretzel Cheddar Club. This sandwich comes on a warm, buttery pretzel bun, a slice of cheddar cheese topped with 3 strips of Applewood smoked bacon, fresh lettuce, and tomato. And the kicker, a creamy Dijon mustard sauce on the side that takes this sandwich to the next level. Try it grilled, spicy, or the original Chick-fil-A chicken. Don't wait. It's only here for a short time, so stop by Jacksonville Chick-fil-A locations and try the Pretzel Cheddar Club today.
Brackish Vodka, the spirit of the sportsman and proud partner of the Jaguars, is now available at the Fresh Market Spirits and Wine. The Fresh Market Spirits and Wine is a new adult beverage store offering spirits, wine, beer, and accessories at A1A North in Ponte Vedra, a first-of-its-kind destination for thoughtfully curated spirits, wine, and beer as only the Fresh Market can. And now, you can get Brackish Vodka at the Fresh Market. Brackish Vodka, for whatever your sport is. Proud partner of the Jaguars.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-444-2013. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-444-2013. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-444-2013. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-444-2013 or biglou.com.
Grab your cowboy hat for the Beach Barbecue Bash presented by Sunshine State Plumbing and Reliable Ducks. Thursday, October 30th. Live music, sizzling barbecue, and Southern Charm supporting Boys and Girls Clubs of Northeast Florida. Get tickets at bgcnf.org.
Business owners, are you tired of getting the runaround from your plumbing or AC vendors? Fire them now and call DuckDuckRooter. DuckDuckRooter is the trusted partner of some of the largest commercial companies in Northeast Florida. From a professional accounting office that makes contracts and invoicing seamless to highly skilled field technicians who fix the problems fast, they handle it all. Make the smart move today with DuckDuckRooter. Call 904-862-6769. 904-862-6769. DuckDuckRooter, a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
Welcome back to Helmets and Heels. Cleo Lemon, Aaron Beasley, Tom McManus, 3 former Jacksonville Jaguars. RJ Saunders, I'm Lauren Brooks. We are rolling into the weekend here, a football weekend. By the way, we also tonight have Tigers at the Mariners. When we talked to Dave Wyman about the Seahawks, he also, of course, is covering the Mariners. So that is a game 5 in that series, tied 2-2. So can Cal
Cubbies made a comeback, tied it up.
Absolutely,
That's
they did.
huge.
And so Taylor, obviously, if she was here, would be talking about that. That game is tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. So in addition to all of the TVs that you need for college football, you also need TVs for baseball. Although tonight, obviously, baseball is smart. Tigers at the Mariners, first pitch, 8:08 p.m.
I don't watch a lot of baseball, but playoff baseball, like every pitch counts.
it's epic.
Like every pitch, you're like, ooh, this is.
Which is going to be fascinating to see, like the final year without the ABS and that's going to be the system that no longer needs the umpires to call the balls and strikes, and the automatic feels like we're actually going to have less people complaining.
Yeah, who do you complain to?
Right.
Yeah.
Where's the robot? And so part of baseball...
Throwing stuff in the robot.
Right, part of baseball is the batter yelling at the umpire and the pitcher getting upset. So, right, that's going to be taken.
The problem with the robots is they're going to learn that behavior and they're going to start throwing stuff back at the fan. Oh, you can throw stuff. Great.
Absolutely. A couple of programming notes. Want to remind you the Frangie Show live from Big Dogs in Orange Park from 4 to 6. That'll also air on 92.5 FM. Frank and Hayes are giving away tickets every 15 minutes beginning at 4:30. So make sure you head to Big Dogs in Orange Park, get your name in that drawing. And then, of course, Into the Night with Rick Ballou comes up 4 to 6 p.m. on 10:10 a.m. All right, time now for today's Terminix Pest of the Day, is always brought to you by our friends at Terminix. You can find them online at Terminix.com. It's TERMINIX.com. You recently just got some Terminix glasses.
I was going to wear them tonight.
Oh,
I'm going to have to save them for the next gig. That's all right.
Very sad. The Pest of the Day, and by the way, Terminix takes care of the pest control at our house, Everbank Stadium, ViStar Ballpark, ViStar Veterans Memorial Arena, and all of your favorite event venues around town. But just the fact that I had to wake up to the news that Sister Mary Jean passed away at the age of 106. I understand that death comes for all of us and all that, but she just retired a few weeks ago. I feel like she needed to at least see one basketball season without having to be the chaplain and working and things like that. And then also I saw Mike Greenwell passed away, the former Red Sox player of cancer at just the age of 62. So cancer could always be a pest of the day for sure.
No doubt. 106, man. Just
great life.
Unbelievable.
You think I think that far?
What's that?
You think you'll make it that
No.
I don't think most
cut
of
off
us will
years
make
of
it
my
that
life years ago. In my 20s, I'm sure I cut years off. I don't know how many, but enough. But she, I think a lot. I shouldn't say this, but it seems like coaches that stop working.
Right.
They like what they just end up. Like it's wild how that. Like she might be like, oh, I'm retired, and then I don't know. It's just
you
wild.
lose your routine.
Yeah. Okay, so never stop working. We'll be doing this show when
forever.
Tom and I are.
Let me
later
get my
in life.
dentures. All right, people. Those damn Jaguars.
Let's head out to Big Dogs in Orange Park and say hello to the Frangie Show.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
Hayes Carline joins us now from Big Dogs. Hayes, let me guess, that place is already packed.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We've got a great crowd at Big Dogs. This place is phenomenal. Really looking forward to the next couple of hours. We've got some great Jaguar fans already here, and we've got some fantastic giveaways. Starting at 4:30, we will be giving away tickets every 15 minutes to Sunday's game against the Seahawks. So this is the place that you need to be if you don't have your tickets yet. But we've got a great Frangie show coming up. Pete Prisco will join us at 5:15 to talk NFL and all things Jaguars. And I had a chance to catch up in the locker room about an hour and a half ago with LaQuint Allen and Foye Aluakan. So we will have those interviews for you guys as well. We'll make our picks. Should be a fun Frangie show. So come see us at Big Dogs.
Hayes, was the locker room a bit different without Tyson Campbell in it?
I mean, it was Not really. I mean, but, I think that they kind of processed it pretty quick. These guys are used to, they know how the business works. So, I think it was everybody wishes Tyson well. But, no, I think I don't think it caused any sort of, sorrow or anything like that. I think, if anything, it probably helped them lock in even more to Sunday's game, because it's another reminder of, what this business is. And, you could be in Jacksonville one day and Cleveland the next.
Absolutely.
Yep. So what have you done for me lately kind of business. That's for
right.
sure.
All right, thanks, Hazel. Be listening.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Reminder, tickets there every 15 minutes at Big Dogs to the Jags Seahawks game on Sunday here at the Bank. And again, Rick Ballou on 10:10 a.m. I'm assuming all three of you will be in the stadium on Sunday. Actually, I don't know. Tom, where will you be?
I will not be at the game.
Okay.
Yeah, no. Without the wife, I'm going to be at home probably watch it from TV. From
Lonely
the tube.
Tom watching.
No, my girls will be around. We'll
the
cook
viral
food.
McManus.
The
girl.
viral McManus girls. That's right. We'll cook some food and hang out. Yeah, it'll be a good time. No
I
doubt
love
about
it.
it. Can't wait to watch them.
Bees, how about you?
I'm going to go.
All right.
I just got my ticket today.
Excellent. And Cleo?
Unfortunately, I won't be able to make it, but
All
I'm
right.
definitely rooting them on.
There we go.
It's going to be a good time. And it's a good statement game for them. We've had two
sure.
statements in a row, and this will be just another good statement to say, you know what? We feel they're for real, but the world, we're definitely for real. Watch out as we keep going.
Yeah, I'd like another victory Monday and 5-1 for sure heading to London. All right, that'll do it for us today. For the vacationing Taylor Doll, for Cleo Lemon, for Aaron Beasley, for Tom McManus, for RJ Saunders, I'm Lauren Brooks. Don't go near. The Frangie Show comes up next. These heels are made for talking. We will talk to you on hopefully a victory Monday.